5th of December. We're going to make cookies and decorate them. Before we start with the baking, I want to open my presents from the advent calendar. Okay, so I see a little square palette, I think. And we have a ultra strobe bulb. So yeah, it's from Makeup Revolution, but it's the Makeup Revolution tree, so I'm not going to say the Makeup Revolution ultra strobe bulb or whatever product every time, because yeah, it is the Makeup Revolution Christmas tree. So an ultra strobe bulb in the color Euphoria. Okay, so it's in a really pretty color. It's like a pinkish. It has a pink sheen to it. I don't know. I'll try to move it a bit if you can see it, but I can't see when I'm filming, so if you don't see it, I'm so sorry. But it looks gold, but then when you shift it, it turns pink. So for this recipe, you'll need half a cup of butter, 1.5 cups of flour, a half a cup of sugar, an egg, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and some vanilla extract. And then last, a mixing bowl. Okay, so the first thing I have to do, according to the recipe, is mix the butter and the sugar together. So I'm going to do it in this bowl now. I'm going to add the sugar in this one. So then I'm going to add the butter. And as you can see, it's really hard because it doesn't come out of the container. So I'm going to mash the butter with a fork so it gets a little bit softer, so I can mix it properly, and I hope this is going to work. And otherwise I'll use my hands because it'll warm up the butter as well. So I'm bending. Can you see that? I don't know if they can see it. Yeah, you can see it. I bent the fork. Okay, I'm going to try to mix it with the electrical mixer, and maybe the heat of the speed, I don't know what I'm saying, will help this butter dissolve into the sugar. I think that was a little bit much, but it's okay. Then I need to add some vanilla extract, and that's half a teaspoon. So like this. Okay, now we just set that bowl apart for a moment, take this one, and still need to add the baking powder to the flour, and then we can add that mixture to, oopsie, to the big bowl. So it's 1 teaspoon. Okay, add that in. And give it a little stir so it's mixed together. Add a little bit of this mixture to this, and then mix it. Come out! Okay, so I mixed the dough and already made a little ball of it to save some time. So your dough needs to be like a little bit crumbly, and then you can knead it into a little ball. If it's too wet, just add a little bit of flour on your table. Put the dough on the table, the wet dough, and then just knead it with some flour on your hands, and then it stays moist, but it's dry enough to knead into a ball. So now you just I always take a little bit of flour that's left from the table and rub it around with this little bit of dough on the, how does it called, rolling pin. And because it's plastic, so it sticks a little bit, so I just take a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick as much, and then you just start rolling it out. Let's start with, obviously, a Christmas tree. That's like the first thing you need to do when baking Christmas cookies. And I'm just going to leave them in for now until I cut out all the shapes. Then I take away the excess and I scoop them off with a scraper so I don't break them. That's like my tip. Let's do another Christmas tree. So this batch is going in the oven now, and it's on 180 degrees, and it's for about 6 to 8 minutes. These are the cookies straight out of the oven. One thing I'm noticing is some cookies have a little belly now, so especially the stars, the bells, and some of the mans, the gingerbread mans, they have little fat bellies, but I don't think it's going to be such a big problem. And they smell really nice. They're a little bit pale, but I didn't want to leave them in for any longer because I don't want them to be so dry. I'm very nervous to start decorating because I don't want to mess it up. So the coloring, it's just icing powder or powdered sugar. If you don't have icing powder, I think it's basically the same, but they sell the icing powder for way more. So I think it's just an expensive way of saying powdered sugar. I want to be really careful that it doesn't drip over the edges because it's a little bit liquid. Now I'm doing the white, so I'm going to do the other snowman so the white can dry, so I can then, when I think it dries completely, I'm not sure how long that takes, but when it is completely dry, then I can add the black to his head. Because I did like a couple experimental cookies just because I couldn't wait until the cookies were cooled down enough. So I tried it and all the colors went into each other. And I don't know if that's because the cookies were still too hot or because the icing was still wet. So I think it's a mixture of both, but now I'm going to be safe and let it dry completely. These cookies, I already told you while baking, but I used gluten-free flour, so I can eat it, of course, because if you're new here and you didn't know it, I don't think I ever said it on this channel. In my blog I talk about it a lot, but I am gluten and intolerant, so I have celiac disease, so I can't eat gluten. And yeah, I just wanted to say that because maybe
what happens if you do?
If I eat gluten, then I'll get very ill and my belly starts blowing up, and then I look like I'm pregnant, and yeah, it hurts a lot. So pretty. It's like the perfect green for a tree.
It's going to look very nice.
I hope so. The spaghetti was a really good idea actually. So thank you for your craftiness.
Craftsmanship.
Yeah, for your creativity, because you were the one that thought about using spaghetti as a toothpick. But that's a really smart idea, so you get all the credit for that. I want to make this one like the perfect snowman. Marjorie, what's yours?
Yay! The tree looks awesome. The marble one. No? Are you not happy with it?
No, it's not wide enough. What are you doing? No, eh?
So what did you just do?
I make art. Like, I should just frame this and hang it somewhere.
Yeah.
So, after a really long day of baking and decorating, I finally managed to make a couple of decent cookies, and yeah, I'm going to show them in a minute. If you watch the entire thing, then I salute you. Maybe I'll split the video into a baking and a decorating video. I'm not sure, because I have a feeling it's going to be a long video because I have so much footage. I even had to clean out the entire cart 2 times. So yeah, a lot of footage. So I'm going to keep this short. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. As you probably have seen, I'm uploading every day until the 26th of December. So yeah, if you subscribe, you can expect a lot more videos, a lot more Christmassy videos. And now I'm going to share my favorite cookies with you. And then you can go and maybe watch another one of my videos. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this one is like a marble. I tried to do like a marble effect, but that was before I made the white wider. So as you can see, there's a really big difference between this white and this white. So I think it would have looked a little bit cooler with the super white, but it has a nice effect to it. This one is still a little bit drying, but it's going to be similar to this one, then in opposite colors. So I just need to do straps like this. Then this is the only snowman that turned out okay. Shouldn't I turn them? This is the only one that turned out. What are you doing? So I'm really proud of that one. Then I have a star with a gradient that goes from light yellow to orange to red. Just a normal yellow star. Then something happened to my yellow because It's the same yellow, but I think I added a little bit more of the red to this. Then I did a gradient from white to black, or I tried to do one. It isn't as clean as this one, but it has a nice effect to it. And then just a traditional Christmas tree with the garlands in it and some lights.